Hello all, Stacy the Blackfeather Intuitive. Welcome to another weekly oracle reading for the week of July 27th. Already halfway through the summer. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's call in all the archangels, ascended masters, highest guides, light beings, creature teachers, elementals, loved ones in spirit. Come on into this space to give us the clarity and guidance that we all need to make this week rock. And this week we are using Ciro Marchetti's Tarot of Dreams. It was speaking to me. I tried to do a different one and I was like, no, this is the one that's coming through. Oh, I love it. Ace of Cups. It's all about initiation into new beginnings. So let's talk about it. Okay. We are coming into, I feel like this has kind of been the message this month, is that there's something new. We're moving into something new. And this goes beyond, moving into different phases with COVID. This is sort of the new. It's post-COVID is completely new and different. It's a new normal that we are establishing. And each and every one of us is establishing it. We have been a part of creating what it's going to look like. And now this week, it's about being initiated into some of what we've created. And I'm hearing that this is kind of like a test situation, a review situation. It's kind of like, okay, we're in, to use phases, and I don't mean COVID phases, just sort of phase one of any, let's say, scientific experiment. You're going to do phase one and you're going to see, okay, what worked and what didn't in the test or in the trial run. So this is a trial run. It's an initiation into, okay, here's what you've had the opportunity, here's the time that you've had, and here's the opportunity to create something in this time. Now let's apply it and see if it's working. What needs to be tweaked? And it's an initiation of sorts. It's like saying you've arrived. And okay, now you're in the big leagues, and now let's bring it home. Let's go big or go home. Let's really step into creating a life that all of us can live fully and deeply and truly and authentically. How can we move forward and support everyone up? It's all about the initiation into this new energy. And it's always about energy, folks. Aces, new beginnings, fresh starts, something that has maybe not been done before, and you're opening up into it. With this card in particular, we've got a beautiful, I'm seeing it as a sunrise, and I'm seeing, there's a saying out there, red skies at night, sailors delight, red skies at morning, sailors take warning. So it's not red, but it's kind of rust colored, reddish orange. And what is happening in this is I'm seeing that, okay, the storm is clearing away. We have been through the storm, and now the storm clouds are clearing. And what are we seeing behind the storm clouds? Beautiful blue sky. So we are moving forward into a new chapter, and it is going to be blue skies. It's not going to be all sunshine and daisies, wine and roses. That's just not how life is. But the major storm of this particular chapter is clearing away, and we're able to start to see what it is that we have created, and now we're getting a chance to explore it. Is it going to work for us? What needs to be tweaked? Do we need to add something? Did we forget to include something in the new recipe? We thought that cinnamon was going to taste delicious here, but actually it needs a little cayenne. Who knows? It's all about exploring what that's going to be and shifting into that. On a work level, I'm feeling that there's a pouring of work into everybody's cup. So this week does definitely feel like, along with this initiation, comes a new to-do list. Comes a higher, I want to say, expectation of delivery. Now, I use the word expectation from a 3D perspective, not from a higher perspective, because I tend to say, no, we don't need to expect anything. It's about acceptance of what is rather than expectance, because expectance can lead to disappointment. That is still the case here, but when we're talking about work, I feel people are getting work poured into their cup, and there is an expectation about how to make that work come to life. And so I want to say to you, it is an expectation that is necessary, and it's about you figuring out, okay, the structure in which I'm going to be able to make this happen. And don't be afraid to structure it. Just because they're pouring you a full glass doesn't mean you have to drink the whole glass all at once in one gulp. Take your time, sip it. You know, there's gonna be a time when you need to gulp, and there's gonna be a time when you need to sip. Right now, just sip it and see where things are at. This is a sorting out period. It's like taking the box of puzzle pieces and dumping it all. It takes a while before you can even start to put the puzzle together, because you have to flip all the pieces over and lay it out so that you can sort of see what's going on. So this is about creating a structure for you at work to be able to live up to the expectations of the requirements of what is going on. I want to say on an emotional level and on a relationships level, there is some shifting, there's some changing going on. I feel like if you've been in a pattern of working on things getting better, moving forward and making changes, and everybody that's involved is on board, you're going to get more of that. It's going to be a full shift into that, like click. You're clicked in and you're good to go. If you've been running into situations where it hasn't been clicking and you've been putting work into it and it's still not clicking, I feel like it's going to show you relationships are going to go a different way, that there may be a parting of ways, or there may be a separation for a time, so that you can acclimate to the new energy that's coming in, that new initiation coming through, so that you know how to apply that and approach that. And I want to say to you, it is work, it's effort. The cup, there are two mermaids here. Actually, there's 4 mermaids in the cup, but we're seeing 2. And they're holding the cup on their backs, but they're holding it with their hands together. So it's a collaborative effort. So in terms of relationship, it's got to be a two-way street. You know, or if you've got a situation with like family, you know, an upheaval in family or communicative issues with family, you've all got to be in it together. You can hold your hands. It doesn't mean that, you know, you can have dissension, you can have disagreements, you might not all see eye to eye, but you can still come from a place of love in order to be able to find that resolve. Hold hands. You are all one. Create the circle. Together, it's a lot easier to, you know, bear the burden, or to, you know, step into that new initiation and figure out how it's going to best work. The balance of the 2 or the 4 is a lot easier than one person having to carry the load. If you're that one person who's carrying the load, you might want to take a look at that and say, you know, is this person, situation, are these people really supporting me? Are these people really going and growing in the direction that I'm going and growing? If you're the person who's not supporting, step up to the plate. And what is holding you back from not supporting? Why do you not want to? Or maybe you're afraid that you're not going to be capable of it. Take a look at those things and recognize that together we are stronger. Focus on that this week. All right, guys. We're gonna do Colette Baron-Reid's Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. I haven't pulled from this one in a while, and it's talking to us already. The cards are jumping out. All right, let's see what it has to say. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Selflessness, humility, and conscious action. What a great card. Perfect for an initiation, a new chapter, stepping into something that you've not seen before. And what I love, what I'm really drawn to in this card first, before I even talk about the key words, the monk is sitting here and the light is just, it's beaming from behind him, but it's also coming out of him and around him. He's got this beautiful smile on his face. He's holding a gorgeous flower. I don't know if that's a lotus flower or not, but it's white, so it's symbolic of the divine. So he's got the divine light. He's holding the divine light. And then the sky behind him is pink. Unconditional love, self-love, self-care. So when we are going through this initiation process, it is important to recognize that it's not just you. Everyone is going through their initiation process. They're all at different layers and levels. So have that conscious action piece that I recognize that you might be at a different level than I am. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm going to have conscious action around how I'm going to respond to you. Maybe I'm not going to take you personally. Maybe I'm going to sit back and wait to have this conversation because I can see that, we're not ready to have this conversation yet, or perhaps you're at a different level and we're not able to come to a place where we can even, civilly discuss this. If that's the case, it's a conscious action that you're choosing. You're not judging it. You're not getting mad at the other person. You're not getting frustrated with the other person. Instead, you're saying, okay, I see the forest for the trees. I see what is happening. And because I have that conscious awareness that this is bigger than me, or this is not necessarily all about me, or I'm conscious of the role that I'm playing, I'm also conscious of the action that I can take that's either going to help this situation or hinder this situation. And I'm going to take conscious action around that. Selflessness and humility. So when we're talking about gratitude, this is gratitude in service. I'm really feeling like this week the challenge for each and every one of us is to see in every situation, whether we deem it positive or negative, whether we're happy about it or not, to see that it is a gift and to try and find the gift in it and be grateful for it. Thank you, universe, for bringing me this opportunity to open my eyes to something new and different. I was not aware that this could even happen, or I was not aware that this person felt this way, or that some of my actions were bringing this out in this person. Thank you for showing it to me. I'm not 100% impressed with how it came through, but I am also grateful that it did come through, because now I know about it and now I can take conscious action steps towards a resolve. Or sometimes it's just towards an understanding of where the other person is coming from. It may not be a resolve, but it can be an understanding. So gratitude is important, and then service. When we talk about selflessness and humility, I'm hearing choose one day this week. All it is one day this week to do a random act of kindness. So, there's a movement out there. A lot of people, buy the other person the Starbucks and things like that. I would challenge you to do something, a random act of kindness that is a little more, I want to say, personal, where you're in that person's face. It can be giving somebody a compliment. It can be as simple as that. But I feel like it's important to look the person in the eyes, to have contact. And of course, we're in social distancing right now, so obviously use your judgment with that. But I feel like it's you want to it's all about expressing the energy, and it's selfless energy. It is a selfless act to raise somebody up. And yet it doesn't cost a thing. Being in service doesn't necessarily mean that you have to volunteer 20 hours a week to a charity of your choice. If you don't have the time to do that, there are other ways that you can be in service to others and be in that space of humility, not requiring anything in return, just doing it for the sake of wanting to lift somebody up. So give that some thought this week. Interesting message. All right, let's pull a feather. Oh, and we've got 2. Oh my God. Okay, folks. We have now is all we have. This is the 3rd week in a row that we've gotten the same message, all on a different feather. So now is all we have. Strong messages coming through that it is so important for us to not go back into the past. It's all about, here's where I'm at right now. Here's where I want to be. What steps can I take right now in this moment? What conscious, considered steps can I take now to make my situation better, to help shift me into the fresh energy, the new energy? When I am present in this moment, I am experiencing the new energy. And let me observe what that feels like. If I'm so busy in my head thinking about this, that, and the other thing, I am not able to tap into that feeling of what is going on inside me now. Whether it's reaction to changes, response to changes, just being in the moment. physical doings, you want to be present because now is all we have. The past is done. We cannot do a thing about it. All we can do is move forward. The future never comes, people. Mind blown when I figured that one out. The future actually never comes. This is your life right now. You watching this video, hearing me wax poetic, this is your life right now. And when this video is over and you shut it off, you're still gonna be in your now. It's not the future. You're gonna be in your now. You think about it in the future because we think linearly, but it is our now. And this is where the magic happens. And then the second message is dreams. So pay attention to your dreams this week. I feel like the dream state is going to be very active for many of us, actually for most of us this week. This is the only time that our dream teams are really able to fully and deeply dive in and give us the messages that we need, because on a daily basis, we're kind of inundated and bombarded with a lot of the heavy energy that's going on. So we're busy going through our initiation rites and our initiation process. Sometimes that means there's a lot of stop and start, push and pull, because it's new, we're learning. So the dream team goes, okay, you might be missing some of the synchronicity, some of the messages that we're sending you in your waking state, so we're gonna talk to you in your dreams. So every dream is significant, every dream is important. All right, guys, that's our message for the week. Sending everyone so much love. If you like what you see here, feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. I also have a website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com. All of my services and lots of free goodies are on there. Feel free to check that out. Sorry for the rough cut edit, guys. My memory card was full and cut me off at the last few seconds of the video. So I just wanted to say, check out my Facebook page. It has all sorts of goodies, and I'm always posting empowering and positive quotes to get you through your day. Also, I'm offering a new service called Dreams Interpreted, and since we got the feather dream feather today, it's appropriate to talk about that service as well. When your dream team is talking to you and it's coming up with a recurring dream or recurring themes, and you know that there's a message in it but you can't seem to figure it out, this is the perfect service for you. It's an email service. Once you send me all the juicy details about the dream, I will interpret it and send it back to you as an email response within 24 hours. So gone will be those recurring dreams over and over and over again, because you will now have the message and you'll be able to move forward into some new dreams. Anyway, guys, take care and have the most amazing week. Ciao.